What is up, Gulf Coasters? Today I'm going to show you guys a very simple shark leader that I use whenever I'm using spinning tackle or anything like that I'm going to be casting baits out from the bank, or wading out and casting out baits and stuff like that. Go ahead and grab some 12-aught circle hooks, some size 1 barrel swivels, just some big stout barrel swivels. And also you're going to need some snap swivels, some 100-pound monofilament, any brand is fine, and some 174-pound toothproof wire. These leaders are very simple. The sharks, they're not going to really break them or bite through them or anything like that. So you guys check this out and we'll get started. Alrighty guys, so the first thing that you are going to need is a piece of this single strand wire. I usually run about 30-36 inches, something like that. So go ahead and grab your hook and your wire, and we're going to run our wire through our hook, approximately 4.5-5 inches, something like that. Go ahead and bend it over like so, and then what we're going to do is we're going to do 3 loose wraps. And by loose wraps, like we're not not really bunching the wire up or anything like that. We're just going to do 3 very simple wraps, just like so. And then what we're going to do is we're going to get this wire real nice and straight, and we're going to make 5 to 7 tight wraps where you want your wire not overlapping itself but coiled up very tight. I'll show you guys what I mean here in just a second. So about, I don't know if y'all can really see that or not, but about like this. And like I said, you want to wrap that 5 to 7 times. I usually run 7, just that's my lucky number. That's what I tie all my knots with when I'm wrapping and stuff like that. So we have this here. Make sure you have a pair of dikes or needle nose, or just something that you can trim this wire with, and never stare at your wire while you are cutting it, because it shoots off pretty quick. And so this is what it'll look like. Alright, so now we're going to go to the other end and attach our swivel, and we're going to do the same thing, 4.5-5 inches. And you can actually use these swivels. You might have to mess around with it for a minute, something like that, but you can use these swivels as leverage. If you wrap them up in there, they'll kind of get jammed up straight up and down, kind of like this. And you can just use that swivel to give you that pressure that you need to get this wire to twist up. And we're going to do the same thing with this one. We're going to do 3 loose wraps, just like so, and then we're going to stand this wire straight up, and we're going to do 5 to 7 tight wraps. And it's like I said, guys, I usually do 7 just to be safe. But after you have this done, we will go ahead and trim that tag end also, and we'll get started on the next step. It will look something about like this. Just make sure you trim that tag end or whatever, and then we'll go from there. Alrighty, so now that we have the wire part of our leader complete, what we're going to do is we're going to take, I usually use 5 to 6 foot of this 100-pound monofilament, and the way I connect it is very simple. We're going to run it through the eye of our swivel, probably about 5 to 6 inches. Pinch it together like this, and then we'll run it over our index finger, just like so. And then we'll go ahead and we'll twist that over this doubled up line. I only do this one 4 or 5 times just because it's so thick of a monofilament. And then we'll take our tag in and run it back through that little loop you made with your finger, and we'll pull that tight. And that knot's not gonna slip, guys. I guarantee it. That is one of the best knots I've ever learned how to tie. And then now what we'll do is you can take 2 orange beads, go to the other end of your monofilament. You can take an orange bead to protect your knots or whatever you do, and then we're gonna take our snap swivel and slide that onto our leader. And then once that's on there, to finish up this leader, we're going to take our barrel swivel that we will connect to our main line from our fishing pole, and we'll go ahead and use that same knot. Like I said, double it up, run it through, and then wrap it around your finger, and then around that doubled up line 4 to 5 times. 4. And then this little hole that you made with your finger, this little hole, we're gonna run our tag end back through that little hole that we made, and then we'll just, and it'll kind of look like this when you're done with it, and then we'll just go ahead and clench that knot down. And like I said, guys, that knot's not going anywhere, but if you have a knot that you trust, and you trust it with, you know, a 7 to 8 foot shark, feel free to tie it. That's just the knot that I like to use. So now we will have a swivel, 5 to 6 foot of monofilament with our snap swivel on it. Our swivel that connects, and then we'll have our swivel that connects our wire to our hook. And all this wire does is it keeps the shark's teeth from cutting through, you know, monofilament. And then these sharks, man, their skin is just like sandpaper. So if you even touch braid or light monofilament or anything like that, if their tail even touches it, it's game over. That shark will be gone. So I use a little bit, you know, you can use 150, 200 pound mono if that's what you feel comfortable with. But that's the shark leader I use while I'm casting baits from the surf. I hope this video helps you guys out. I hope that you catch some amazing sharks, black tips, bull sharks, you know, whatever species you're going after. And if it did, do me a favor and hit this like button, comment, subscribe to my channel, and y'all have tight lines. Keep coasting.